Good news today from the site of the I-85 bridge collapse. Today, crews reopened Piedmont Road. Now, it had been closed since last Thursday's huge fire and bridge collapse.
This afternoon, Governor Nathan Deal updated the media about the collapse. Fox 5's Portia Bruner was there and joins us now with the latest. Portia?
Yeah, I want to show you something folks have not seen in this stretch of Piedmont Road since Thursday. That's traffic flowing through Piedmont Road all the way under I-85 to the other side. I can tell you that 3 southbound lanes were open just before noon and 1 northbound lane, only 1 obviously because that's the side where the bulk of the demolition and repairs and construction will take place. I want you to take a look at the video from just before noon when we were there as GDOT crews opened up that flow of traffic, putting a lot of smiles on the faces of commuters who were looking for just a little bit of relief from this congestion, and business owners. But I can tell you, though, the governor talking today about the progress that's been made in such a short amount of time. Also says that he's going to need some more money from the feds to get this process moving along. But there's also still the other conversation here in all of this is the conversation about the man who was arrested, the man who's been identified as Basil Ellaby, a homeless man who is accused of setting the fire here. The governor wouldn't talk much about the details of the arrest, but did commend the authorities. We also talked to a person who's got some concerns.
That is an unprecedented time frame, in my opinion, and they are to be commended for doing so in such a short period of time, and I commend them publicly.
Have the investigators shared with you the evidence that they had, the witness statement?
No, they have not, and I think it'd be inappropriate for me to ask them to do so.
What I fear is that they're going to try to hang the entirety of the responsibility for this catastrophe on him, when it is plain to me and to the public that there's a lot more blame to go around.
Now, of course, the investigation very separate from the work that the governor's office is doing and what the Georgia Department of Transportation is doing. We've posed some questions to other state authorities about their ongoing investigation. Really not a lot of details being released at this point. We'll continue to ask those questions, but coming up tonight at 6, we'll talk more about the progress that's been made and the money that the governor is asking for from the feds, what he says that will help do to move this process along in the months to come. We're reporting live in Northeast Atlanta on Piedmont Road. Portia Bruner, Fox 5 News.
All right, we'll see you at 6, Portia. Well, a gripping account of the I-85 fire from the first Atlanta chief on the scene. Battalion Chief Douglas Hatcher and his company made decisions that saved lives. He tells Fox 5 he could tell that the bridge was starting to disintegrate as he pulled up to the fire. Fox 5's Morse Diggs joins us live from Midtown with that story. Morse?
Experience does count. I'm talking about the veteran battalion chief who made the early call to law enforcement when he saw what was going on to stop traffic, get it off of that bridge. You're going to hear him describe in graphic detail how the concrete started to boil and separate. Literally, he says, chunks of concrete hitting the fire station vehicle window as he pulled up.
Other firefighters, other units that were coming off of other calls realized how serious this was, the amount of smoke. They started picking it up. They started self-dispatching and going to the alarm themselves because they knew this was way more than a car fire.
Douglas Hatcher was among the Atlanta fire commanders who made critical decisions that saved lives during the highway bridge fire. As he pulled up, his experience of 24 years told him the burning bridge may not stand for very long.
As concrete never gets rid of all this moisture, so there's moisture always in it. So as a lot of heat is applied to it, that moisture expands rapidly, turning into steam, and blows chunks of the concrete away. As we passed it, it was hitting the side of the car.
The battalion chief first made a call that may have kept one of your family members from danger if they were riding in the area.
Before I got out of the vehicle, I called for Georgia DOT, Georgia State Patrol, APD. They all had blocked traffic, trying to shut down the interstates. We had to get people off of that.
But after 30 minutes of multiple companies throwing everything at it, the orange ball of fire did not go down.
They want to advance and they want to continue to put out fire. But that advancement in this case was going to put them into danger as well under the collapse area. So as I saw that they were moving forward, I went up and said something to them. As soon as I told them, he ensured that they were pulled back so that they didn't get up under that collapse area. And then shortly thereafter, maybe 2 minutes, it did fall down, it did collapse.
And when your safety officer told you everybody got out, what were you thinking?
Huge sigh of relief.
And so he told me his firefighters did not want to come out. It's their job, he says, to try and snuff that fire, but he had to pull them out before the pancake collapsed. It collapsed. They had 2 minutes, exactly 2 minutes, before it came down. Reporting live from Midtown, I'm Morse Diggs, Fox 5 News.
A huge sigh of relief for all of North Georgia. Morse, thanks very much. Do trust Fox 5 to stay on top of this developing story as repairs continue on I-85. And as always, you can get updates right on your phone with the Fox 5 Atlanta app. Other news tonight.